Yo, what is going on, part-timers? Zach here. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the half-year anniversary Punishing Gray Raven event. This is going to be the videos incentives event. If you've never seen anything about it, I will leave a link down in the description to this article right here, which is what they're running. It just gives you a lot of different information if you want to participate in it. But the reason for this one is because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter. It's kind of divided. A lot of people think that this is a good idea, and some people don't think this is a good idea, and I'll kind of explain why. But I wanted to talk about my opinion on it and open up the floor for discussion down in the comments on what you guys take for it. I don't want to, start any kind of brawls or anything like that. So definitely be a little bit more respectable down there in the comments. Just kind of open the discussion, let you guys know what's going on with this one and kind of get your take on it. So if you want to jump into it real quick, it's just going to be January 5th until February 5th. That is the submission. You basically just need to jump in there and submit a video on the 5th and let it run until February 5th and use the Punishing Gray Raven or PGR Half-Anni in your description. So you need to use the hashtag here, and you'll be able to put that in your description. And then you need to also go into the Discord, which I'll leave a link to that as well. And then you need to submit it. It'll go through the whole entire thing. So if you really are interested in it, I highly suggest you check this out, because it also gives you the date for the calculation when they go in there and calculate everything. But the idea here is the rewards here. So this is something that a lot of people on Twitter have said as people who don't make content, just regular players, people who are looking to just jump onto the game and they want to celebrate too. It's a half-year anniversary. A lot of people love the game, and they're a little upset for the fact that this seems to be a little bit more geared towards content creators. And let's just call it what it is. It's basically an ad campaign for content creators to jump on here and produce videos and get rewards for it. So it's more of just a low marketing thing for Punishing Gray Raven to be able to push out to more an appealing audience. Basically, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know it sounds like that when I say it that way, but this is a good idea for Punishing Gray Raven to be able to kind of go out there and get a little bit more diverse of a group. I know people would rather see like direct ads, maybe on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, but this is a low cost way of getting people who are already part of the community to branch out a little bit more, be able to provide some little bit more context on the game overall. So I don't think necessarily that the event overall is really bad. So we'll go through the tier list. So tier 3 is going to be 5,000 views. So you have to have 5,000 views between that month period, and you'll get some tickets here. You can see weapon tickets and basic construct tickets, 500 for each. The next tier is going to be 10,000 views again during that month period, and you will get the construct tickets of 1,500. And if you're able to get 15,000 views during that month period, you'll get 2,000 tickets for that. So this is just something, like I said, to kind of push out ad campaign, basically to get more people to jump on it. I can see this going two different ways. So there's people out there that are already covering Punishing Gray Raven content, which is awesome. It's cool that the community is so driven on being able to produce the content. I think a lot of people will be able to hit these tiers pretty good, obviously a little easier than some others. Now, the thing is, I think that it's going to give people an incentive to make content. Maybe they never made content before. Maybe they were on the fence about making content and they're like, hey, why not? I'll just jump on here and do it. That's cool. It makes more people, like to see Punishing Gray Raven, and maybe even more content creators for Punishing Gray Raven. But I also think it could be the opposite, where people who have played the game previously and maybe dropped it, in the recent couple months, maybe come out and, they play it on their own time, but they don't make content about it. And they're going to come out and they're going to make a video, and it's going to be some of these content creators that are a little bit larger, and they're going to be able to hit some of these 15K views, and they're going to be able to cash in on their tickets, and then they're just going to kind of go back into the little hole and not make any more content about it. Now, obviously that's fine. People can do whatever they want, but the reason that I find this is kind of a problem is because you're cashing in on something that's supposed to drive the community and build it, in my opinion. It's supposed to make it a little bit stronger. And if these content creators that kind of weasel out whenever they're like, hey, rewards, cool, and they take it and then they go back in, they're not really contributing anything long-term to the community. So I don't think this is inherently a bad idea. I think it's a low marketing cost for them to be able to jump on there and get a broader view of views. But I think this needs to be running with something else, like some little campaign to give a little bit more back to just the people who want to play. Maybe somebody who doesn't want to make content, or maybe can't make content because they don't have the right equipment, and they're able to participate as well. People who have been playing since day one or whenever they started, they want to feel included and celebrate the overall success of the game and the fact that it's still here after half a year. I think a lot of people just feel a little bit more included if they had something else that they were able to do, even if it was like kind of a low cost to them. Maybe they get like 100 tickets or something like that for just being able to grind through some different things or a couple missions or whatever. Maybe they run through stamina or whatever they're going to be doing. I just think it's a little bit more community building when you have everybody kind of included versus, singling people out for like art or content or whatever they can kind of come up with. I think a lot of people would just be really happy to see that they're, contributing to the game by playing it and, just doing that stuff. So I think there is a lot of room for improvement. I think this is a good idea overall. I just think it needs to run with something else. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Peace.